Good morning, friend. We are discussing about the Vision IAS 5 question. Let's discuss the first question. First question is related to the current affairs section. They are asking about the Ministry of Home Affairs. Let's see the question. Recently, the Ministry of Home Affairs has tightened oversight of funds received by NGO. So, it is type of regulation that are imposed on NGO. It is because of the FACRA Amendment Act of 2020, Foreign Contribution Regulation Amendment Act of 2020. Let's see the first statement regarding it. Number first statement is said like that NGO can receive foreign contribution only in an account designated by the bank as FACRA account in any of the scheduled bank or in any of the scheduled commercial banks. Let's see the things here. NGO can exercise foreign contribution only in an account designated by the bank as a FACRA account, and who designated? That is the Ministry of Home Affairs, because the regulation of the NGOs are under the Ministry of Home Affairs, right? Let's see the second statement. Foreign contribution cannot be transferred from one entity to another. For example, foreign contribution cannot be transferred from one entity to another. For example, here is a bank and this bank cannot transfer their money to the another bank, and option are these. First, second, both first and second, neither one, neither two. I again repeat the question because the question is very important, very much is the news, and it is related to the security of India, so you should be knows about this thing. Recently, the Ministry of Home Affairs had tightened oversight on funds received by the NGO. In this context, which of the following amendment are correct with regard to the Foreign Contribution Amendment Act of 2020? First statement is said like that NGO can receive foreign contribution only in an account designated by the bank as a FACRA account in any of the scheduled commercial banks. Second statement is said like that foreign contribution cannot be transferred from one entity to another, and option are these. Let's see the next question. Next question is related to the, I think, ancient history. Let's see. Which of the following founded a new city on the south bank of tributary to river Krishna and undertook rule his new kingdom as the agent of deity to whom all the land south of the river Krishna was supposed to belong? So it is a type of a rule you have to know, ruler basically. The ruler of which of the following are given, in which they are said like the Krishna south of Krishna river are conquered by him. So which of the following founded and he also founded one city, a new city on the south bank tributary to river Krishna and undertook to rule his new kingdom as agent of the deity to whom all the land south of the river Krishna was supposed to belong. For example, there is a India, there is a Krishna river like that, and south of these things you have to recognize that ruler, right? Let's see the things here. Amog Varsha, Ballal II, Harihara and Pratapurdra. I again repeat the question. Which of the following founded a new city, the south bank of the tributary to Krishna river, and took a ruler is a new kingdom as agent of a deity to whom all the land of south of the river Krishna was supposed to belong? Number first is Amog Varsha, second is Ballal II, Harihara first and Pratapurdra second. Let's see the next question. Next question is related to the characteristic feature of the soil. For example, soil. Andy soils are having a characteristic feature of the volcanic ash soil. Second is the gali soils, that is the permafrost. Number third is the arid soil, that is the dry land soils. And option are these: first and second, second and third, third, first, second, third. I again repeat the question. Which of the following soils are correctly matched with the characteristic soil and characteristic? Andy soils, volcanic ash soil, gali soils, permafrost, and third is the arid soil that are found near the dry land soil. And let's see the next question. Next question is related, as you know very well, white table ATM. There are 6 or 7 categories of the ATM, and that depend upon the type of a sponsorship and the owning of that bank is regarded. Let's see the statement there regarding white label bank. Number first is the ATM which are set up, owned and operated by private non-bank company. Second, ATM where hardware the ATM machine is owned by a service provider but cash management is provided by a sponsor bank. Third, ATM which was set, owned and operated by scheduled commercial bank. Number 4, the ATM which are set up, owned and operated by the local self-government. And let's see the option there. Let's see the first question of these things, or answer to the first question. Let's see. Okay, number first statement. Recently, the Ministry of Home Affairs has tightened oversight on funds received by NGO in this country. Which of the following statement regarding FACRA Amendment Act of 2020? First, NGO can receive foreign contribution only in account of designated by the bank as FACRA account in any of this. No, it is not any other commercial bank, but it is the SBI. SBI are authorized, and even the branch is also specified. Any of the NGOs should come to the Delhi branch of the SBI where he can open their account. Second, foreign contribution cannot be transferred from one entity to another. Yes, it poses a restriction where the one entity cannot transfer their money. Let's see the thing, because these are misled by the various NGOs in India specifically. Recently, this is a form of a tightened oversight of funds received by non-government organization. MH has laid out a series of guidelines charter so that we can make NGO more accountable and they are compliance with our safety measures, and bank also comply with the same thing. The charter for the bank says that the donation received in Indian rupee. Now, first is the thing, any of the dollar, pound, sterling, yen, renminbi should be converted into Indian bank by NGOs and then they can transfer to India. So that is the first condition. Second, also it started foreign contribution has to receive only through a banking channel. So it is very important they can use banking channel, or you can say that the state organized, state regulated bank channel. On any of the violation of NGO, it can be the reason to give away his registration in India, and it cannot work in India basically. Then the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act of 2020 received the President assent in September 2020. A few of salient provisions are prohibition of transfer fund from NGO to another. Statement second is correct. Decrease of administrative expenditure through the foreign funds from 50 to 20. So it is quite important that they can use only 20% of their expenses or their income to own the administrative expense. So they cannot recruit many of the person from India and also abroad. Making Aadhaar mandate for the registration, while in case of the foreign, they must provide a copy of the passenger passport or that is not passenger but a passport or the overseas citizen of India card for identification. Foreign contribution must be received only in account designated by the bank as Fakra account in such branch of the State Bank of India, New Delhi. So it is quite important. This statement is very important. The foreign contribution must receive only an account designated by the Fakra account in such branch of India at New Delhi. Right? Insertion of Rule 9, which deals with the obtaining registration or the prior permission to receive foreign fund and stop utilization of the foreign funds inquiry. Okay? Let's see the next question. Which of the following founded a new city on the south bank of the river Krishna and to rule his new kingdom? I the agent of the deity to whom all the land south of the river Krishna was belonged to. So the answer is the Harihara first. Let's see the explanation. They are found in Vijayanagaram, the victory or the city of the victory, which was name of both a city and an empire. So it is quite important. The city and the empire has a same or a common name. The empire was founded in the 14th century. It is heyday. It stretches from the river Krishna in the north to the extreme south of the peninsula. In the Krishna Tungbhadra Dab, it was founded by the Harihara and Bhuka in 1336. In the memories of people living the Krishna Tungbhadra Dab, they remember it as an Hampi, a name derived from that of the local mother goddess, that is the Padma Devi. When one question can be, are the Hampi are derived from the name which of the following goddesses or the god? That is the Pampa Devi. The Hampi name is from this type of god. Let's see the next question. Delhi Manifesto, that is related to the, let's see. It demanded that the round table conference should formulate a scheme so that they can implement a domain status. Second, it rejected led to the demand of the Purna Swaraj in Lahore session of INC. So both statements are correct. Let's see the things here. Delhi Manifesto, November 2019-29, a conference of the prominent national leader like Delhi Manifesto, which demanded that the implementation of the dominion status and the basic principle of the dominion status should be immediately accepted. That the Congress should have majority representation on the Congress on the conference administration and general policy. Second is also correct because Viceroy Irwin rejected this demand in December 1929, which led to the demand of the Purna Swaraj in Lahore session of which year? 1929, right? Let's see the next question. Next question is related to the soils and the characteristic feature that are found there. So all three are correct. Andy soils are related to the ash soil, gully soils related to the permafrost, and arid, as name suggested, arid soils is related to dry land soil. So third is correct, first is correct, second is correct. Let's see the option there, or the explanation that again with the vision itself. Andy soils develop from the volcanic ash. They are not highly weathered, therefore upper layer are dark and there is a minimum profile development. Andy soils are found primarily in volcanic region of Japan, Indonesia and South America. Gully soils are young soil with minimal profile development. They develop only slowly because of the cold temperature and frozen condition. These soils typically have permafrost layer. Gully soils are the dominant soil of the Arctic and subarctic region. They are prominently found in Alaska and Canada and Russia. Arid soil are also soils of the dry climate. They have a thin profile that is sandy and lacking in an organic matter, so you can see very well. Let's see the next and the last question of today. ATM bank, that are ATM which are set up, owned and operated by the private non-bank company. So do remember this fact, and in the same name brown label ATM also be found there. Let's see the first about the white ATM. To aid financial inclusion and drive ATM penetration in the country, the RBI of India has, do remember this fact also, RBI, Reserve Bank of India, has permitted to launch the white label ATM and private non-banking companies to set up, own and operate their own brand of ATM in the country. So A is correct. By this we are ending the session. Hope you like the video. Thank you.